Taiwan, I'm Xiaoliuqiu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan's president has vowed to protect the nation's sovereignty against increasing threats from China. Lai Ching-te spoke at an event to mark the 100th-year anniversary of the Whampoa Military Academy. Louise Watt was there.
These are celebrations to mark 100 years of this military academy. It was founded in China, then moved to Taiwan by Chiang Kai-shek and his nationalist forces after they lost the civil war to the communists in 1949. After inspecting the troops, Taiwan's new president Lai Ching-te said today's army still faces challenges from the Communist Party.
最大的挑战是面对中国强势崛起，迫害台海现状，是并吞台湾、消灭中华民国、维持民主大业之伟大复兴。
Thousands of cadets and some veterans took part in a parade. The Centennial celebrations also showed off the Academy's uniforms through the ages. Away from here, China is holding its own celebrations in southeastern Guangdong province, where the Academy started, and has invited Taiwanese veterans to attend. Taiwan says that's a political move aimed at promoting unification. Lai has a history of promoting Taiwanese independence, and that's why this event may be viewed as awkward for him, because it showcases Taiwan and China's shared history. Yet the president has used the occasion to insist that Taiwan will defend its sovereignty against threats from China. Alex Chen and Louise Watt in Kaohsiung for TaiwanPlus.
The vice chair of the Kuomintang says most Taiwanese people want peace with China. Lian Sengwen made the comment during a speech at a controversial Cross-Strait forum held in China.
由此可见，从我们先人的历史当中可以看到，作为一个道道地地的台湾人，也可以是一个堂堂正正的中国人。
In a speech at the Straits Forum in Xiamen, Lian said most Taiwanese people reject independence. He also praised the 1992 consensus, an unspoken agreement between the KMT and the Chinese Communist Party on the meaning of one China. Lian said the KMT believes the consensus is essential for positive cross-strait negotiations. Taiwan's Mainland Affairs Council has called the Straits Forum a platform to spread Chinese Communist Party propaganda. Illegal sports betting is common worldwide, but a gambling ring in the southern city of Tainan may have taken it to a new level. Police there have busted a pigeon race betting group, arresting 7 and seizing over $3 million. Pigeon racing sees trained birds released at a distance and race back to their coop. The practice is legal, but regularly attracts illegal betting. Animal rights groups are also opposed to it. They say the grueling courses prove too much for most of the birds. Police say just 15 of the more than 1,000 pigeons released over the spring season survived.
利用每赛季海上竞奖的严峻赛事，因海象以及风向等不特定因素，往往造成完赛的赛鸽归还几率极低。
Schools in the capital Taipei want eggs served in students' lunches sourced from humane coops. But as reporter Chris Corin explains, some worry that the plan might not be all it's cracked up to be.
Eggs are an essential in Taiwanese cooking and common in school lunches. But conditions on many egg farms are less than humane. Starting this month, though, 142 Taipei schools are taking a crack at serving eggs from chickens that meet humane criteria. For this program, hens raised indoors must be able to move around freely, have nesting boxes, and have multiple levels of perches. And already, kids have a range of views on the plan. But it's hard to say how the plan will go in practice. Taiwan has had school lunch policies that flopped before. When China banned imports of Taiwanese grouper, the government called for schools to serve the fish 4 times per semester. But due to market conditions, many schools were unable to meet this goal. Then there's the issue of whether students will even eat the eggs they're served. Recent data shows that large cities in Taiwan throw away between 1 to 9 tons of school lunch food every day, while student surveys show that many students don't finish their lunches because they don't like the food. So, the new egg program could be a major step towards a more humane food system. But it could also be another example of education officials counting their eggs before they hatch. Leon Lien and Chris Gorin for TaiwanPlus.
Advocates for migrant workers' rights have demonstrated in front of the Health Ministry, calling attention to the more than 200,000 domestic caregivers who lack the labor protections local workers have.
家务移工就长期处在一个血汗的照顾之下，他们等于是24小时的待命，然后又住在个别家庭。我们认为应该是由，就是家务移工应该是由政府，签约的长照机构来聘雇。
The group say there are only 90,000 officially recognized caregivers in Taiwan, but more than twice as many living in private homes. They also say this is less than half of the workforce needed to meet the demand for long-term care. Officials say they are working on a program that would let migrant caregivers with Chinese ability and technical skills become mid-level caregivers. They also say they've worked to ensure that migrant caregivers receive at least 1 day off per week. The countdown to the Paris Olympics has begun, and for the first time in more than a decade, Taiwanese competitors have qualified for the badminton mixed doubles event, Xiaoliuqiu reports.
Li Jiaxin and Ye Hongwei move fluidly across the badminton court, reading each other's movements and working as a team. Soon, they will compete together on the world stage at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Their sports careers started here at Datong High School in Taipei. The school has invited the pair back to share their journey from high school sports field to the Olympics.
有一点传承的概念吧，就是让大同的，就是学弟学妹觉得说，不是只有高中生家族，或是就是可能在国内仅限于国内，但我们国际赛甚至我们还能参加到奥运。
They are the first Taiwanese players to qualify for the mixed doubles category in 12 years, and the first Olympians from this school, known for its athletics.
就回来母校看着他们练球，就回想到自己小时候努力的样子。现在小朋友们也这么努力，那我们当他们的目标，那我们就要更努力。
Once the games begin, the students of this high school will be watching and seeing just how far they can go with enough hard work and determination. Andy Xue and Harel Hughes for TaiwanPlus.
More than 4,000 households lost power temporarily on the island of Xiaoliuqiu off Taiwan's southwest. The blackout lasted for a little over an hour on Saturday night. 2 undersea cables supply the power to the island, but the failure of just one is enough to trigger outages. Taiwan's state-owned power company says an influx of tourists on the island overloaded the grid. Power outages aren't the only tourism-related problem Xiaoliuqiu has been contending with. People there say that water sports equipment have been piling up around the island. The equipment is owned by local businesses catering to tourists. They've been keeping it on Xiaoliuqiu's beaches and ports, residents say. Some of the equipment is even floating freely in the water, which is dangerous for swimmers. Residents have asked the local government to issue better safety regulations for these businesses. A beach cleanup is underway in Singapore after an oil spill left the beaches of a popular resort area covered in sludge. Harel Hughes reports.
Sentosa is a popular resort island off the coast of Singapore. Its beaches now coated in a thick layer of sludge. On Friday, a dredger boat collided with a stationary cargo tanker. By Sunday, the nearby beaches were black and closed to visitors.
Honestly, when I was here, I thought, oh, there must be a new event, like, oh, there's a new black sand beach at Sentosa. But no, apparently it was an oil spill. I mean, it's evident when you can smell it all over Sentosa, actually.
The island is popular with both tourists and locals, attracting millions of visitors every year. Despite the closures, people still came for their planned day in the sun, as local officials coordinated beach cleanups.
Beach cleanup activities had already started in the morning, and we have since been working very closely with MPA, the Maritime Port and Authorities, and they have activated the oil spill response team, who will be making a thorough assessment before continuing with the beach cleanup activities here on Sentosa and Sentosa Cove.
The oil spill has spread to other parts of the islands and is now threatening a local marine reserve. Environmental agencies are working fast to clean up the mess, so visitors can enjoy the public beaches once again, and so that the local marine life is protected. Ethan Pan and Xiaoliuqiu for TaiwanPlus.
It's World Sea Turtle Day, a chance to educate people about the importance of these animals. However, in recent years, sea turtles have been turning up in Taiwan's waters with large tumors. I went to a sea turtle rehab center to find out why. Sick sea turtles like this one have been showing up on Taiwan's shores recently. The cauliflower-like tumors growing all over this green sea turtle's body are caused by a disease called fibropapillomatosis, or just FP. It forms tumors on weak spots on the skin, including the eyes and mouth.
Fibropapillomatosis is the result of a lower resistance of turtles. So there's something wrong in the food they eat, and that lowers their resistance. And as a result of the low resistance, the immune system, well, then they get the outbreaks of these viruses.
This disease was first identified in the US, state of Florida, in the 1900s. Studies show it's mainly found in areas with warmer waters, such as the Hawaiian Islands, Florida, and the Caribbean. And now it's been spotted in Taiwan, with several turtles found with FP in the last few years.
That's because the general conditions are getting worse because of higher temperatures of the water, for example, stress on the foraging ground. It's a bad sign that it's happening.
A sea turtle rehabilitation center in southern Taiwan has treated 11 individuals with FP tumors. That number may seem low, but according to the center's vet, Li Zhongxian, there are probably more infected turtles they haven't seen yet. Researchers believe 80% of sea turtles have it, but it only becomes visible when the animals get weak and tumors start to grow. And there's no cure for the disease.
收容中心能做的就是把这些肿块帮它移除之后，然后如果确定不会再复发，那就可以再把它放到大海去。
Researchers say they still don't know why the disease is now emerging in Taiwan's waters, but some are convinced that it's due to human activity. They say the few infected turtles spotted around Taiwan are a warning.
如果这个病过去在台湾并没有那么的常见，那现在出现了，那是不是代表我们这边的环境也跟国外其他的研究报道发现说，那这边的环境是不是有，比如说氧化比较过高，或者是有其他的一些因素造成这个疾病会产生这样。
The disease itself is harmless to the turtles, but it does make it harder for them to survive in the wild.
当海龟出现这个疾病的时候，我们可以想象得到的是。 它本身比较虚弱，那当它又被渔业活动啊，或者是垃圾啊，其他的一些人为干扰影响到的话，那这样的海龟它存活率其实应该会更低。
Each year, Taiwan sees hundreds of sea turtles beached on its shores, with the majority of them already found dead. Human activity is the main culprit in most of the instances. Conservationists see the emergence of FP as a warning that more needs to be done to improve the country's water quality and understand what's really behind the turtles' tumors. Alex Chen and Sunny Chi for TaiwanPlus. Taiwanese rock band Fire X has performed in front of over 5,000 fans in a rare Taipei appearance. The Kaohsiung-based band has released a string of songs with Taiwanese nationalist themes over its 25 years. It also has a history of shunning the much bigger China market, forming its own label in 2015 to allow it to continue focusing on Taiwan. The organizers of Taiwan's Golden Melody Award contest have nominated the band's latest album in 4 categories this year, something the 4 band members say they're happy about.
非常感谢金曲奖的肯定，像我们这样偏资深的团，还可以跟现在最优秀的乐团摆在一起被评比，其实对我们就是一个最大的肯定。
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally, check out the swimming marathon in Geelong that brought out huge crowds of swimmers. I'm Sunny Chi. Take care and see you next time.